Hey everybody, Tuesday update, Tony George, DocSports.com. We're talking Sunflower State Showdown. Kansas State at Fog Allen, Lawrence, Kansas tonight. 8 o'clock Eastern game. Going to be a good one. We're going to break it down for you. Yep, I got it on, baby. My Chiefs made it. This is my first update since the weekend free play we gave you on the teaser that won. Also told you to lean, Kansas City. They won. Yeah, I've heard it all. I know the refs gave it to them. Cincinnati didn't make a mistake the entire game. The refs just handed it to Kansas City. The NFL's rigged. Come on. I'll give you 20 reasons why Cincinnati lost that game. 20. Better team won. You got a Kansas City team with a one-legged quarterback, lost his three best receivers during the game, his best linebacker, his best cover cornerback, and started 4 rookies on defense and still won. Give me a break. All right, we're taking on Philly, who we had a 7-unit play on. Haven't lost a postseason card. Did I mention that in the NFL? Well, a huge prop card this year in the prop section at the website. Probably take a look at the total side. I don't know. I might stay away from it so I can enjoy it. If any of you are in Vegas for the Super Bowl and you have a place to go, you haven't landed a spot, I'm hosting and emceeing the big Super Bowl party event at Ellis Island, right over there by Virgin Casino, the old Hard Rock on Koval. Yeah, a buddy of mine, Steve Sear, the biggest casino host in town, invited me to come over and host the event. So we're going to host the event, all the food you can eat and drink. Ellis Island, for the locals here, is the best kept secret. It has been, and kind of word's out now. But one of the best kept secrets in Las Vegas in terms of food. Reasonable priced food, reasonable drinks. I think beers are like $4. Really? Pay $16 on the Strip. But nonetheless, I'll be hosting that event at the front yard. Just go on Facebook and type in Ellis Island. You can see it. If you're looking for a place to land, I'll have the microphone, be giving out prop bets before the game and during the live in-game wagering, raffles, giveaways, you name it. Best food in town. Check it out. All right, let's get to this game tonight. Kansas minus 7.5. I about fell out of my chair when I saw that. You got to bet them blindly because that line doesn't make any sense to me. But you got to bet them blindly if you want to bet them. I know, Kansas State. 0-16 in Fog Allen. The last time they won in Lawrence, Kansas was 2006. Kryptonite. But what's Kansas done to impress you lately? Really? What have they done? Stunk it up. Cup of coffee and a fence post right here. So the SEC Big 12 Challenge, you beat Kentucky at Rep Arena. Who cares? Kentucky stinks. South Carolina pounded them on that floor. Telling you. Kansas has lost 3 in a row. Their last home game that Kansas played, they gave up 83 points to TCU in a 23-point behind the woodshed butt whipping in Fog Allen. Then they turn around and lose to Baylor by 6. So you beat Kentucky 77-68 when you were catching 3. Does that warrant laying 7.5 against Kansas State? I mean, Kansas State's 3-3 on the road. They're 12-0 at home. Neutral sites are 3-0. So away from home, they're 6-3. Straight up. Kansas 10-1 at home. I think the spread's too high, but I'm leaving it alone. I like the over. 145.5. Yes, the previous game had 160, how many points? But bear in mind, on January 17th, 83-82 wins. So Kansas at home playing with revenge. They scored 165 points. You think, well, man, that total's way low. Well, they scored 21 in overtime in that game. So the number's about right. I got a sneaking feeling, though. Bear in mind, when Kansas State was under Bruce Weber, they were known for defense. They also were known for not scoring a bunch of points. You know, if they scored 65, they could almost beat anybody under Weber because they'd hold them under 60. That's not the Kansas State under new management now. They're coming off a 14-point win over Florida. They beat Texas Tech by 10, beat Kansas State. They lost to TCU as well, 82-68. TCU, by the way, TCU lost their leading scorer over the weekend, if you're not paying attention. But nonetheless, I like the over here. I like the over a lot. Kansas State, as I mentioned before, under Bruce Weber, was a different animal. They're 14-2 against the spread on overs their last 16 Big 12 games dating back to last year. That's an unbelievable number. That's an unbelievable number. It really is. And Jayhawks, last 6 times they played a team with a winning record, 5 of them went over. I like the over 145 in this one. I think it's going to be a hell of a ball game. I'm not willing to get near a 7.5-point spread because it doesn't make any sense. And usually when you see lines that don't make any sense, they come to fruition. They really do. Look at the Iowa State Texas Tech game last night I had. Blew a 23-point second-half lead to lose in overtime. The last 7 minutes of that Iowa State game last night, looked like a grade school girls basketball game. Iowa State, for what you've been hearing all week long, how the NFL's rigged since the refs and all this over the weekend. If I ever saw a team that looked like they absolutely threw a game, it was Iowa State last night. The last 7 minutes of that game looks like that team had never played organized basketball. Out of nowhere. I mean out of nowhere. That's the maddening thing about college basketball. Unbelievable. You know, just when you think you've seen it all after doing this 32 years or 31 years, you watch something like that unfold in front of you and you just sit there and go, how? That's college basketball. But tonight, I think this is going to be a hell of a ball game. Give me the over at K-State, Kansas. Enjoy the game. DocSports.com, free $60. Link in the description below if you've never been a member. There is going, and by the way, that website, 95% of the stuff over there is completely free. You've got articles and breakdowns and picks on almost every game in every sport available to you over there on a daily basis. Plus videos from other good handicappers. Check it out, DocSports.com. Been around 52 years for what? Good reputation. Check it out. We got a doubleheader in college basketball there tonight. MAC action, ACC action. We got a 4-unit NBA best bet in the Lakers and Knicks game. And we have a player prop in the same game as well. Right there, be square. Take that $60, park it in any new account. Don't like me? I don't care. There's 11 other great handicappers over there. Pick one of them. Use the $60 we give you. Win money. That's why you're here.